Oh,
I don't want something. So I want just regular gauze pads. And what I'm going to do is going to take one of these gauze pads and moisten it in this, squeeze out the excess. That goes directly on the wound. All right, now we're going to take.
like. Oh, I'm good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Following him back and forth.
A couple of these gauze pads that are dry and put that right on top. Now, there's a technique for making a bandage stay on called stirrups. And what you do to make stirrups is you take some plain white tape.
This is yours. This is really good.
Put that on one side of the foot. I'm going to stick this to this just to keep it from sticking to anything else. I want it to only stick to what I want it to stick to. And the other piece of tape goes on the other side. And that's going to go here.
Do you need it?
All right. So after we're done making the bandage, the stirrups are going to go up and over, so that sticks the bandage to him effectively. All right. Now, I use a product called cast padding. It's this absorbent cotton, fluffy, puffy stuff. And we're going to put...
Stepping on the pedal, Doc.
Thanks. We're going to wrap cast padding around this foot multiple times, making several layers. Again, this is all the absorbent layers that are going to absorb the moisture from that dressing. And I'm putting this on loosely. This does not have to be tight. I'm going to use an entire roll. This is going to be a ridiculously extra looking bandage, but it's necessary. The next step is either some brown gauze or some clean gauze. This is just called brown gauze. This I'm going to use to compress those layers of cast padding. So this I'm putting on tight.
Stepping on the pedal again,
So
Doc.
it's squishing up. Sorry, moving on my footpath.
We'll just get it out of the way and then we'll trip on it.
Front. I liked how you had his paw up in his harness to keep him from.
I've always, other
Push
than
on
him walking around the truck, that's where it's at.
Okay, and I don't need the whole roll of this. Can you grab me some bandage scissors so I can cut the excess off?
Mine is in my pocket.
He thinks he's super dog and can just do anything, so.
Of course he does.
Okay, so now, thank you. Now these stirrups come into play. So they get reflected up this way. So now they're holding the bandage together and they're holding the bandage to his foot, so it can't just slip right off.
Right.
And the last layer is going to be some vet wrap. And this also moderately tight because that cast padding keeps it from pinching off any circulation. Also, by using stirrups, it avoids having to put anything sticky up here, which I find to be very irritating to the skin. Putting like some super sticky tape to try to hold that bandage from slipping off, it's not my favorite way to do it, so I use the stirrup technique. Okay, finally, I like to use some of this stuff right here called Elasticon, just to kind of protect the end of this because it's more of a thick tape that holds up to abrasion and walking.
Okay.
So if he does have to do some walking, it's got some grip and it's protecting that vet wrap from just getting shredded. And your baby scissors again. And that's it. That's a wet to dry.